What's good, man? Happy New Year once again to everybody out there, you know. And if it's your first time on the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button and that notification bell because I guarantee you the content I bring, it may be a little different from anybody else that you may watch. I'm not saying I'm better or will be better. I just may cover a couple of stocks that they may not cover, But however, if you already part of the gang, part of the squad, everybody eat, you already know what to do, man. Hit that like button, drop a comment, say we eating in 2025, things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? We're going to get right into this video dealing with cryptocurrency since the market is actually closed today and crypto never closes. I mean, it's 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Holidays is open, as you can see. Happy New Year once again. And weekends is open, which weekends is really what a lot of traders in the stock market love because they get to play the stocks all week, make some money, take those gains, pay the crypto over the weekend, take that profit and that money and use those gains to go back in the stock market, or take the profit and possibly buy some crypto on a dip, and buy it for the hold, things of that nature. But let's get right into it. Now, there's 4 cryptocurrencies that I'm going to discuss today. However, there is a few that I do like more than this one. Obviously, XRP. You can go to XLM. I like ADA, which is Cardano. Then they got another one that I just found out about from my boy Keenan Grace. If you don't know about Keenan Grace, look him up on YouTube. Subscribe to his channel. Check out his Patreon. I mean, it's you can't go wrong with Keenan YouTube channel or his Patreon. But they got a crypto Ondo Finance I found out about through him. Another crypto Sui. You may have heard of Sui. Found out about that one from Uncle Larry or Larry Jones months back, but kind of really started following it a little more when Stocks with Josh was mentioning it a lot. Now those 3 individuals, Keenan, Stocks with Josh, and Uncle Larry, or Larry Jones. I call him Uncle Larry because that's what we all call him. That's Unc, that's Big Unc. You know what I'm saying? They're all entwined with each other. They all collaborate, do things of that nature together, etc. Anywho, so what made me really look at the crypto today? Let me go on Coinbase because I was checking out Coinbase, and I realized a lot of crypto was in the uptrend, as you can see here. Everything's going up. But what really caught my attention was XLM right here. It's up 27% on the day right now, but it was up high as like 30, 32%, which was nice. And that's why I said, you know what? Let me go and look at the charts on a couple cryptos. Again, I picked a few of the big dogs. Well, I guess you could say big dogs in regards to price. They're not 40 cents like XLM or $2 like XRP, or $4 like Sui. But the reason I got these are because they're pretty stable. Well, I mean, we know crypto isn't stable at all, in the sense of how violent it could move to the up and downside. It's just extremely volatile. But when it does move to the up or downside, the beneficial factor for me of getting into something like Avalanche or AVAX, which you see on the screen right now, is that it moves in like dollars. So today you see it's at 36.75. I mean, man, by June comes, it's at 70, maybe $100, depending on what crypto does this year. And yeah, it's like, well, I could get 10 shares or whatnot for $37, which would cost me $370. But if I was to go with XRP, and I said shares, but we know I'm talking about crypto. I go with XRP, I could get 100 for roughly $233, and then still save myself $130, $140, for to maybe get 100 of Cardano or 88, at the 90 cent range. Yes, I understand that. But with things like Avalanche or Solana or Litecoin or Litcoin, whatever people want to call it, either or, I could care less. Um, a lot of times you want it, but then it gets to a certain level and you miss. So then you start sacrificing or making adjustments. Same way how a lot of people who are getting Ethereum right now, they're only getting it because they're mad that they missed Bitcoin. So now they're hoping that Ethereum does what Bitcoin did. You know, a lot of people who are getting Shiba or something like that is mad because they missed the Doge. You know, it just goes on and on. Same thing like with Nvidia, how a lot of people was getting AMD at the time, and Nvidia kept going up, AMD kept going down. Yeah, they were anticipating and hoping that AMD would do what Nvidia did, but unfortunately, they're two different entities as far as revenue goes. So let's stick to the crypto. Let me not just keep on blabbering. So, Avalanche here. I got a Facebook group, which I'll put the link below, as well as the link to my Patreon, which is $5 a month. And that's only to support me and support what I do, like content like this. But I was in Avalanche with an average of about $32, and my entry was at 28. I grabbed some more at like, I believe it was like 24. But I ended up grabbing more at, I want to say 34 before it ended up going to the $50 it was recently at. So that's why certain levels I have drawn out, which 34 is on here right now at this current moment, which you see we got a triple bottom, kind of. We got 1, 2, 3. I need to zoom out some more because this here is just getting on my nerves. But yeah, we got 1, 2, 3 at the 34.82. Is that what that says? Yeah, we're gonna say 34.82 level. And if I zoom back in now, let me go. So this is the 1 hour chart. Let's go to the 15. Even on a 1 hour chart, before we do that, let's look, see here. The 50-day moving average, as you see, is curling up. So that's a good sign now that I'm thinking about it. So we can see if Avalanche can break through that 37, whatever that is, 27. And let's see if it gets to that 38. 38 was a key level. I remember that one as well. Before it ran up to the 50. But yeah, the 50-day moving average is actually curling up on the 1 hour. On the 4 hour, I think it was still pointing down. Yeah, it was. But it could possibly be starting to, well, we're not going to rush it because as you can see on the 4 hour, every time it gets to the 50-day, it rides it, but then it just gets rejected. Came back up into it, touched it, rejected. Almost right here, rejected, but really off of that resistance. And then vice versa. So we'll see what it does. But my entry on AVAX or Avalanche probably would still be the $34 range. But if we break over this 37, 38, and we hold basically, or if we get over this 50-day moving average on the 4 hour and start to treat it as support and bounce off of it, then that may be the entry there with a stop below the 50-day moving average if it goes below it and gets rejected. But right now, I'll just be patient and wait to see what it does at this next resistance of 37.27, as well as the moving average of 37.47. So that's Avalanche. Next is Litecoin. Now this one here, as you see on the 4 hour, which again, most big dogs, that's what I was saying about the stability aspect of cryptos. Once they reach a certain price point, they kind of become, again, not stable, but it's not as volatile, as violent as far as trading goes because individuals be buying and holding. Now I had Litecoin at roughly 68, $69. I wasn't able to sell it at 130. I think that's where high as it went, maybe even 140. Let's see here. Yeah, I wasn't able to sell it up here at this top of 148 or 147 where the wick is at. Or here at 139. I should have waited for the 100% return on it. Unfortunately, I got my kids. I got 3 kids with uh, birthdays in December. So that's typically why I liquidate my crypto and my stocks for the most part. Around like, I let it run as far as I can before I have to finalize some shopping. I got teenagers to also finalize some cash giving. I mean, my son, granted now he's 19, but other than that, still 16-year-olds and things of that nature. They like money. Hey, Pops, cash up that to me, man. Whatever, dog. So, I wasn't able to get out at the top right here. I think I got out when we rejected, because again, I was greedy. So when we got here, where we're at now, which, this is actually a key level. See? This is the benefit of doing this live or doing this in actual effect with you guys. Because now I got that key level. I'm gonna still keep those there. I could turn them green, but I'll do that later. So as you see, we bounced off of this 105.76 area, really came all the way down to 101.46. That may be a good entry if it does do that again. You know what? I'm gonna be greedy. So no, we'll go with 105, and then I'll grab more at 100, and if it goes below 100, I'll just end up stopping out and selling for whatever loss that is. But anywho, I got out around this range here once we rejected the 50-day moving average. Which was around 125. But yeah, Litecoin, as you can see here, it's looking pretty strong, and that bounced off where it bounced off at is actually over that mark right now. Let's go on the 15-minute chart to really get a better look, because you see it rejected, came down to the 50-day moving average, rejected, broke below the 50-day moving average, kept getting rejected, but kept trying, eventually broke through, came down a little bit, then it broke through again, and got over the 105.06, but came down to the 50, rejected again, came back down to the 50. Now it's going up, and this 50-day moving average looks like it's starting to curl upwards. So if you ask me, crypto's looking good thus far as I'm looking at these charts. So that's Litecoin or Litecoin. Entry again will be at 105, maybe the 50-day moving average, depending on where. So yeah, I would do entry at 50-day moving average. I mean, I would take one entry now and maybe get more at the 50-day moving average. Well, not now, but at 105.06 maybe. And then get more at the 50-day moving average and see if it holds and keep bouncing like it's been doing here. With a stop again. I don't know, maybe I do entry now at 105.06. Hopefully if it bounces like a break, retest, break, maybe another retest or a higher low retest, and then break. Yeah, that may be an entry for me now. But other than that, anything over 100, I think is good to go, but preferably over 104, which is the 50-day moving average. That looks great, if you ask me. All right, now let's go and move on over to one of my favorites, Solana. Now, I mean, I don't regret really selling Solana when I sold it at 221, even though it did go to 250. Yeah, it's like any trade you do, any investing you do, stocks, whatever. Yeah, this is looking good on the 15-minute. It got over the 50-day. Anyway, back to what I'm saying, I got distracted. Because you see this candle right here currently in the video that we're making. Look at it. It's pushing. It's pushing. I will. So the top of that, 194.50 is a resistance. What was this? 193. Nah, we'll go 194.50, man. We ain't playing no games with y'all. Should we just do 195? 195 being greedy. Let's see what it does. It is 194.50 because that was like a flat top right there. So I'll keep it at 194.55. Let's turn that red for now and see what it does. So yeah, dealing with Solana. I like Solana. Now this is my psychological reason for liking Solana. My psychological, that's why I said, oh, excuse me. I left out the psychological reason on Litcoin, which is mainly because, oh yeah, look at that. I told you. I told you. But Litcoin, well, this may be a support. Let's see if it bounces and retests. Or should we go here to 191? I may do 191.27 because it was here all morning, if I recall. I'm thinking I may do that. This was looking strong now, so nah, man. Let's see what it does with this 192.22. This is how we gonna find out how strong this area is. Make that green. Make it a dash because it possibly could break back through to bring us back to that moving average, 50-day moving average. But look how it is curling. Boy, and then look at Litcoin. Where's Litcoin at? Let go up. It's going stupid. About to be at 107. I got to get a resistance on that. But at the end of the day, we don't need no resistance right now. Well, no. I should give you guys resistances because you need to know when to get out for a possible rinse and repeat. But back to the psychological reason on why I like Solana a lot. And as well as Litcoin. Litcoin, you go to any gas station or certain places. What do they have on the thing? They have Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litcoin, or Litecoin, whatever. Anyway, that's my psychological reason for Litecoin. Solana, on the other hand, at first it wasn't being mentioned on CNBC. Now, whenever they talk about crypto, it's not just Bitcoin and Ethereum. It's also Solana that they talk about. It's also Solana that's showed along the bottom of the little feed. As well as XRP is talked about now, but it's not on the bottom of the feed, I don't think yet. But Solana is, meaning big money institutions, they are looking at Solana as a possible or a potential Ethereum. So that's why I like it. As well as, once again, as I said about the dollar movement, earlier today at 4 a.m., Solana was at 187. Now it's at 193. So that's $7 return so far. Or really $6, but I'm just rounding up to 194. $7 return thus far at the moment. Granted, again, the other cryptos, they're going up just as much as well, so they are giving you more, but however, it just feels good to know that 1 minute you got, let's just say you got 10 shares of this right here, or 10 coins. Let's put it that way. Excuse me real quick. I just remember my coffee is actually probably getting cold now. Tap. Room temp. Can't do it. All right. I don't know how people drink iced coffee. I just cannot drink a cold coffee. I don't get it. No offense to y'all coffee drinkers, iced coffee drinkers out there. Don't attack me. If so, matter of fact, drop a comment below to let me know that you got it this far in the video and what type of coffee you prefer. If it's iced coffee, hot coffee, if you could drink an iced coffee in the winter, diabolical if you ask me. I guess it's like drinking, no, diabolical if you ask me. But yeah, just leave a comment below, man, on you rather hot coffee or iced coffee, and then we go from there. But anywho, so Litcoin, that is what we're looking at. Now, if I go back to I like how this moving average is pointing upwards. The 4 hour Ooh, it made it over on the 4 hour. I need to clean my chart up a little bit, but as you guys can see, this is what I do. Oh yeah, resistance is at psychological level 200, but really ultimate resistance to me is 206.42. Oh yeah, nah, this is looking good as of right now. But let's see what happens at the 194.55 mark, because as you see, it is currently pulling back down. All right, let's go to that big dog, the juggernaut Bitcoin. I was gonna do Ethereum, but again, I mean, I did 3 of the smaller, affordable ones, but that has interest from retail, interest from institution, psychological reasons on, buyers and potential and things of that nature. But on this 4 hour chart, Bitcoin is just getting smacked by this 50-day moving average. I'm about to get familiar with my tools. Let's see. Like right here, what we got right here? Right there, smack. Right here, smack. Let's see what happens when it gets to it right here at the 95,207. We'll see what happens. But as long as Bitcoin is over 91,455, which you see right here, I got it drawn out. As long as it's over that, I'm still bullish on Bitcoin. But if we fall below, I told the Facebook group this back when Trump got elected, and it was around 90,000, 89,000. We fall below or go to 87,000, it's going to get ugly. I don't even recall if I even charted on here. Okay, 85. Yeah, if it goes below 91, you could damn sure be ready to see it at 87. If then it breaks below 87, we can see what happens at 85, which is, it ain't a breaking retest, it is more like a retest of the area right here of $85. I'm right in this area. Let me keep using my tools. Let me get familiar. See, I got to learn how to do this properly because that's a small arrow. How I make this arrow bigger? Do I pull this? Bow. I'm learning today, folks. All right. So yeah, it's not a break and retest, but it's definitely a retest. Of a critical level, a psychological level, a whole dollar level, 85,000. So yeah, let's see what goes on there. But as we see, woo, crypto is pulling back pretty fast now. Let me go ahead and go back to my candle over here. Didn't even get near that 50. Let's see what happens on the 2 hour. So the 2 hour, it's over the 50. So even though I got smacked on the 4 there and there, it is over the 50. And crypto couldn't be faking people out for right now. To be quite honest. This could be my thoughts. So, as we see here on the 2 hour on the avalanche, it got over, but that got rejected, boy. I may have to turn this one here solid because it is not getting through. It is just not. But we will see what happens later on throughout the day. Again, I appreciate you guys for tapping in. Be sure to hit that like, comment below if you want me to check out any cryptos that you're watching. I mean, I even do meme coins, things of that nature to chart out key levels, basically, for you to be prepared and not blindsided. But other than that, man, thank you guys for watching this video. Again, the link for the Discord is below. I'm going to put a link for the Facebook group, which is free, below. And, yeah, man. Y'all have a good one. And until next time, everybody eats around these parts, you heard?